Thank you, Congressman Roscom. Let me say this. I'm going to say this. Thank you to Illinois' best, most productive, smartest, most decent, and most involved congressman. Let's give a big hand to Peter Roscom. I may have a lot of gray hair, but I'm just a freshman. I'd like to be a sophomore, but I'm just a freshman. And I can speak for all of the Illinois Republican freshmen. Peter has been an invaluable resource helping us figure out our way around Washington and helping all of us be the best congressmen and women we can be. Peter, thank you very much. I'll be very brief. 2 quick points and then I'm done and we're out there working. Because we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. We've got 10 days to win in November. We have an election, or maybe 2, to save this country. Walk back with me. We have 10 days to win in November. We have an election. We have an election, maybe 2, to save this country. So we don't have a lot of time to talk. I want to say 2 things. We know, I knew when I got into this race 9, 10 months ago, this would be the toughest experience of my life. I literally had a full head of black hair 8 months ago. That's a lie. That's an exaggeration. I knew it would be difficult. I'm running against some very powerful people. Emmanuel, Axelrod, and Durbin. Who literally drew a district to elect someone. And I can tell you, 8, 9, 10 months later when Walsh got into this and they drew this district for Tammy Duckworth, we were down. Oh God, we were down. No Democrat thought we could win, and truthfully, probably a lot of Republicans say, I love Walsh. I love Walsh, he works hard, but whew, that's a tough district. We're 10 to 11 days out, folks, and this race is a dead heat. And here's why. Here's why I know it's a dead heat, and here's a reminder of what we're up against. The Chicago Tribune, a newspaper, right? An independent newspaper, right? They come out with a poll yesterday that shows Tammy with a big opening lead, a big growing lead. Understand something. Very powerful people told the Chicago Tribune to produce a poll showing Tammy Duckworth up. Think about that for a moment. Very powerful people told the Chicago Tribune, I need a poll, and I need that poll to show Duckworth with the lead, because then all these crazy Walsh supporters are going to go like this. Hey, a reminder, folks, a reminder to all of us as you walk today, think about the powerful people we're up against. Number 2, God bless and thank you. God bless and thank you. You know what? I've said this before. There's nothing magical, there's nothing special about me. I'm somebody who got angry 3 years ago. I'm somebody who got scared 3 years ago. And I said I'm going to run for Congress because I just want to do my part. I am just like everybody else out here. And as Peter said, I can't do this. Helene and I can't do this. I would not be a member of Congress without the grassroots patriotic support that elected me last time.
Yes!
And I can't and won't do it again without this. 10 days, folks. 10 days. As Peter said, you know, we're done debating, we're done discussing, we're done arguing. We're done with all of that. All we're doing now for 10 days, we're knocking. We're making phone calls. We're sending out emails. We're talking to everybody we know. And we're reminding them that we have an election or two to preserve the greatest thing God has ever given to this planet. If there's ever an election where you're going to spend 2 more hours a day walking, it's now. If there's ever an election where you're going to talk to people who may not agree with you, it's now. Folks, we're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing businessmen and businesswomen doing what they don't usually do. They're not pressuring their employees on how to vote. They're not forcing their employees to vote a certain way. You know what they're doing? They're simply coming out and saying, here's what's at stake. Yes. If we don't get November right, some of them are saying, I don't know how many of you I have to cut next year. Yes. If we don't get this election right, I don't know how many of you I can cover with health coverage next year. Yes. It's about time that all of us take one more step, even if it's uncomfortable. This is the year to do it. 10 days to win in November. An election, maybe 2, to save this country for our kids and our grandkids. Now, it's 85 out today. This is gorgeous. You're going to be spoiled today. If there's ever an election where you are going to put everything aside for 10 days and surprise everybody and show the Chicago Tribune and show everybody else in the media and show the political class that there still is a silent majority of Americans that's going to rise up. Oh, I'm getting old.
Hey, Nicholas.
A silent majority of Americans that's going to raise up and save this greatest gift for Nicholas and his generation. Hey, take a good look.
Woo!
Hey, everybody, look at this handsome little face. 10 days, baby. This is what you're walking for. This is what you're knocking for. This is what you're making calls for. God bless you. Go at it. Here we go.